Welcome to the second episode of Kingdoms of Amalur. We just made it out of the Well of Souls and yeah, what can I say? Was quite the escape. We are now in the open world. We are going to continue the main quest for a little bit more. We still have to find Agath, which is a dude that Thomas Hughes told us about. We also have a level up, but I want to start today by taking a closer look at the world map. This is it. This is the Feylands. We also have different other areas over here, for example. This is from a DLC, same with the other tagged on places. But even just the main map is huge. By the way, I've never done anything regarding the DLC stuff. That's still news to me, and I might take a look at them later. Maybe we'll explore them together at some point. But yeah, the main map is separated into like 5 different areas. We have the foresty area of Delentarth over here, which is all of these sub-areas. Then we have Detyra, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but this is more desert. And then we have a Mediterranean area right here, the plains of Arafel. And yeah, inside these, the areas are all linked together and we can just run from one to the other. There's going to be a bit of a loading screen between the bigger areas. On the other side of this huge river, we have Cluricon and Alabastra. These are the more hostile areas where we get into the more active area of the war, which has been mentioned before. It's a huge ongoing theme in the game, but that's very late game where we can actually get there and fight our way through the enemy hordes. Doesn't mean that these areas are all peaceful, we'll see all of that. But one thing I want to point out real quick, I love this design for the map. These are semi-open world places. So in fully open world places, you could maybe go from this place all the way down to Ettenmere, and I won't be getting into Ettenmere anytime soon because this is deadly. Like, imagine the troll fight that we had at the end of the last episode, but there are usually 2 or 3 trolls about. That's Ettenmere. That's why I don't go there. But yeah, it's pretty nice because you have some areas to explore. You don't get bound down to single paths or anything, but it's also not so large that you can get lost or anything. There's still a good pacing here, and that's why I love this semi-open world design. The devs don't have to fill in every single place. They can also do pretty good transitions from one to the other because there's only a small area that really needs to do the transition instead of the entire length of the map between one and the other. And yeah, it's keeping the pacing somewhat sharp while not being fully just a host level where you have to follow the set path. But there are also a few side dungeons here and there, and we'll get into a lot of them later down the line. Dungeons are sometimes harder than just the regular areas around them, so Hurricane is a bit fragile today, and I don't really want to put her through anything too difficult. I want to survive until I can level up and get a few better items. My gear isn't all that amazing. I'm holding a rusty sword for God's sake. Anyways, let's get into the level up system, and there are 3 different parts to this. First up, the skills. 4 points were already pre-allocated. This is from our this is from the race that we chose. I want to start with Detect Hidden and then go from there. The thing is, there are 9 different skills here, with each having 10 different levels, so we would need 90 points. And this is where I actually made a spreadsheet. Because you can get 50 points from leveling, as there are 50 levels from what I heard. But there are also at least 4 trainers for each of the different skills, so we should get like 36 or something. And there are also training books, so you can get everything to full, but you need to prepare yourself. We'll get deeper into this topic at a later point, but I think for now Filling up all the points is my long-term goal with this playthrough, and it needs some planning. We'll talk more about this once it gets more relevant, but I'm gonna start by getting Detect Hidden, because we need this one here. Hidden treasures are displayed on the minimap and are revealed if you go near them. Hidden treasures are a huge part for my income here, so let's put 1 point in here and hope we'll get the second one sooner than later. This is something that I described before. This is the ability screen with Might, Finesse and Sorcery. We got 1 point in each, and we'll get 3 more points when we level up. If you just want to get high level items of one part and you maybe already have them but cannot equip them yet, it's a good idea to just level that particular thing. I'm going to dilute myself by going into Finesse and Might for the most part to begin with, and then we'll go from there. So I think Longsword Mastery, just getting a bit more damage with it, is a pretty good idea. What does the other one do? Unlocks charge special attacks for the Longsword, Greatsword and Hammer. That's definitely worthwhile. And for Finesse, I want to get into this spell right here. That's going to be really nice. That's, you're gonna see it in a moment. It's a really good spell, does a lot of damage. And there's going to be a third menu later on down the line, but first up we have to continue the main quest to unlock that one. It's not all that complex, but yeah, there's more coming. So yeah, let's just look around a little bit here. We can try and slay the antelopes right here, but that doesn't really give me anything yet. We need another skill for that. We can also swim around and check out the water. I mean, it's pretty nice here. But it might also contain a few things for us if we look closely. I mean, this is basically the same as in Fable 2, so let's just dive for a mana potion. I was hoping for something a bit more substantial. I think a lot of these loot drops are randomized. So there might be an overall loot table for something, or for the things that you can get in the area. But yeah, this was definitely one of the weaker ones. I think there should be another one right here. Crude Spectre. Or Scepter. Yeah, Scepter. That's going to be another ranged weapon, and it's actually needing level 2, so I'm going to keep it in my inventory. It's a bit like the stuff, but slightly different. There seem to be a lot of enemies in that cave. I'm a bit afraid, so currently let's just go here and check out some other stuff. Okay, these things are components for crafting. Crafting isn't a regular thing, it's more like for blacksmithing, where you can make your own gear later down the line. Pretty cool. I'm going to get into that, but it's not too crazy. Oh, Fey Blades. You know what, they are much better than my rusty longsword anyways, so I'm going to equip that right now. But note that Fey Blades are an essential weapon for my late game build. These things are amazingly fun, and I think you can now also get your first glimpse on why she is named Hurricane. But yeah, I'm glad that we got a stronger main weapon. The rusty sword didn't really do it for me, so let's see what's going on in here. And I'm going to save immediately because I would like to survive. Okay, it seems like the amount of enemies that you get here are random, because I remember that one time I stepped into this, there were maybe like 2 of them. And it was on the same difficulty. I don't think I played on PC on anything lower than very hard. For better or worse. Like, this is a place where you can die in if you're not careful. But I got 2 of them down. 3 more to go, and they do nasty damage. And it's so easy to focus on one of them for the others to catch you off guard and bite your ass off. Yeah, something like that. I can't even get out of the way, so let's just drink a potion. Yeah, I don't want to be caught in the middle with them. Okay, that's easy enough to finish off now. Oh, I'm really down on health. Must have been a poison effect or something. Cool, steel longsword. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I might keep that. Also, just gonna drink a potion. I don't have any health regen effect right now. That's a thing later down the line, but not by default. So I can't just wait until I regen. Birch staff. Let's just get that into the junk. And let's open up a few more things here. The spelling is like magical lockpicking. All I need to do is activate all of these at once. Some of them are going a bit quicker than others. Ooh, but these need a lot of might in order to work. I might keep them. Kite Shield of Shifting needs 3 might, but I have that, so let's equip it. And we are getting shards here as well. Shards are part of the enchantment system, which is more like you get a rune that has certain effects and then you put that into a fitting socket. But it's a pretty nice system, and later down the line you can directly put your runes into the parts that you're making. But that's like high level blacksmithing. Oh yeah, leather leggings. Definitely better than the worn ones. Oh, 0.1 health regen per second. This is amazing for starters. It's of course not a lot. Far from it, but it's gonna do me pretty good for a while. And maybe I can also eventually just tear it apart to get that component that does it and later put it into something else. So yeah, glad that we got it. Let's move on and go over into this area where we can find our first bear in this place here. This is one of those enemies that can kill me in 2 hits, and you just saw the combo there. Weirdly enough, that heavy attack doesn't do all that much damage. Also, if you for some reason pull or push an enemy too far away from their expected location, the game will just have them run away and they can potentially even reset their health on the way there. Okay, got this one dealt with real well.
I remember you. You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here?
What are you doing here?
When I saw you with Edsel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded. The Well of Souls is bigger than just one gnome's pet project. My contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side. But I don't know how the Tuatha found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt.
You never wanted that, but cause and effect.
I promise you, if I knew who it was, I'd tell you. Sharing research is one thing, but academic sabotage is a crime.
Yeah, I don't trust his ethics on that. We are going to try and squeeze him for anything that he has. So pay me and you live.
I don't have... Okay, here. It's all I've got, plus what I got paid for the information. I don't want any part of this. I'm going home to Odessa.
Odessa is his city and not his girlfriend, by the way. Just to clear that up.
What is this world coming to?
So the thing is, there is a little dungeon up ahead. I don't think that's part of any quest, and I'm going to avoid it for now because I don't think I'll survive it. We're just going to stick to the main path for the time being.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old Fate Weaver, eh?
What's the Fate Weaver? By the way, this is the guy that we are looking for.
Fate Weavers look at the great tapestry of fate. The threads will tell us how a life will unfold. But knowing the future and being able to change it are two very different things.
Yeah, there's trouble at the tower.
Trust me, I've known that for a long time. Nobody can change fate. Poor old Fomadus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. It's a shame. He'll be dead by now.
Why is she looking at him like that? What do you know about Hughes, or what makes you think he's dead?
The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but Hughes' success would come on the day of his death. He took it pretty well, honestly, although we did a lot of drinking after that.
The cards?
You really don't know much, do you? A Fate Weaver taps into the threads of fate and channels that energy through a focus. My order prefers cards. The cards are unique to each Fate Weaver, since we all see the weave differently.
Can you give me some help? I'm a bit on a begging spree.
I suppose I could spare a little help in memory of Hughes, or in celebration of his success. Whichever.
Ooh, greater health regen. That's gonna be useful. Yeah, I just woke up in the tower. It's okay, I was dead too, yeah. Just be a bit casual about it.
You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
Okay, more battle. Just gonna fry a few people over here. Thankfully there's no friendly fire, so we cannot accidentally kill our companion over here. Also, currently the area is locked, so we couldn't go further than that over there. That's just the barrier. Okay, do you guys remember how we killed the troll last time? We got an ultimate, and this is how we get into that. Holding the triggers will put us into this mode where we do about twice the damage. And basically, usually, we'll have to beat down all the opponents that we can. And yeah, our middle bar to the top left there would usually run out, and then we'll have to try and finish off one before the whole thing depletes. And this is what we do then. Trying to squeeze out a bit more XP. And also get a repair kit. Don't interrupt my looting.
What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that?
And you just interrupted my looting. You are rude, inconsiderate, most unkind. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe the well caused it, but I mean, you know what? I just did it.
Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death.
Fate has a plan for me to be a loot goblin. Can you please let me do my thing before doing whatever this is supposed to be? Anyways, do you always see death?
It's a gift. Some people paint landscapes. Other people write poetry. I peer into the weave of fate's tapestry and see people's deaths.
Well, that's reassuring. You know what? I'd rather not. Nah, let's play this straight. In the end, this isn't really going to result into anything. So yeah, let's just go with that.
That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes.
Yeah, fine, show me my fate.
You're nervous. Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much.
I'm real, you must be drunk.
I am. But still, I've never seen someone whose fate was just missing. Not even when I was drunk as the king of ballads. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
Ooh. Okay, now we get into the stuff from the level ups. Basically, these cards giving us some additional bonuses, and it really all depends on what kind of thing we level into. So if we go with one sorcery, we can be the acolyte, get more elemental damage and mana cost reduction. If we want to go into finesse, we can get more ranged attack damage, more damage resistance while dodging, and 5% more piercing damage. Brawler is a might card, and it will give us more melee attack damage and blocking efficacy. So, I mean, range attack damage, I don't know if it counts for all the weapons that I have in mind here, but I want to take that. Piercing damage and damage resistance while dodging, yeah, that's pretty good. And we will unlock more of these as we go. They are not available for every single level, but at major points here and there. And there are also ones for mixed things. So if we really level into finesse and sorcery, we can become the Arcanist, the Warlock, Spellcloak, or Shadowcaster. And there's stuff available for basically all combinations, including everything all at once. But that's really down for later. So, yeah. Anyways, what did you see?
I can see the threads around you, but they're shifting, changing so rapidly. I can't make sense of them. Normally the threads would guide my hand to the cards, and I'd use those cards to see your pattern in the weave. But it just didn't happen. They wouldn't focus. So either there's something wrong with me, and there isn't, or there's something very wrong with you.
Maybe there is something wrong with you. And you might just be terrible at this.
Damn it, it's the truth. At least, I think it is. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that. Or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings. But we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. What could this all mean?
Okay, from this point on we can go into different places and that kind of thing. I know how a few parts of the main quest play out. It's all a bit wishy-washy because it's not only a long game, but also a long time since I last fully played it. But basically we could go to Arden's house from here on out, and then afterwards we would go into Ettenmere. Once again, I don't go into Ettenmere, that's deadly. So we might get to Arden's hut at some point sooner than later, but everything afterwards will just not be part of this for a long time. So yeah, get used to saying goodbye to the main quest. I might even keep that for maybe later once I'm ready to continue, because this is kind of a decent point to stop here. And everything else might be better once we get to the next point, that we can also then just continue forward to keep the memory fresh. Anyway, let's loot this stuff and activate the stone here, which is like an audio recording. Don't ask questions, just accept it.
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
Okay, so these stones are scattered around the lands. Often they are tied to different places, so we might find a set of stone over here in Ordarath, we might find one set in Glendara, and if we put all of them together from the same area, they should be telling a coherent story, but on their own it's only going to be small parts of it. Some of them are more incoherent, more like every single one is its own little mini story, but they often flesh out the areas a bit and the lore behind them and things like that. But yeah, we are now in the first
stand back. The warden
town
can't
here.
work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
Greetings.
Hello.
Okay, I guess this is going to be the first quest that we'll follow, because it's basically right in front of us.
I don't care what your race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this. It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade. Likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
The background moaning is... it's a lot. Who attacked the girl?
It's difficult to say. We've been plagued by the Red Legion for days, but it's not their way to go after the Fae in the area. They like their targets mortal. In case you haven't heard, there have been some Tuatha sighting in the woods to the west, so that's also a possibility. It's unlikely, though.
Yeah, I'd like to help.
You're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit... untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but... I am a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started.
That we are sudden. Ooh, ooh.
Hope you stay in town.
Okay, so let's get into this. First of all, I'll also open this chest right here. Doesn't really do much, it's just additional items that you get with some pre-order or DLC stuff, which I think is all just available from the get-go when you buy the Re-Reckoning. I won't be picking up anything here though, it's just... It's a lot of stuff, maybe for later, but I'm not entirely sure. We can also get more cards from this. So the Confident card, the Harbinger, and that's apparently it. I was expecting maybe a bit more, but sure. I should also check our stuff while we're at it. Everything here has durability. So let me check in with a local blacksmith and also sell our junk real quick before we go on further adventures.
Come in.
So,
Welcome to Gorehart, the last settlement before the Feylands. How can I fill your pack today?
so we can just go into a shop and sell our junk. 15 items for 102 gold. At least that's 15 items out of our inventory. So we only have 70 spaces, so that's a bit limited.
Come see me
I should
again.
also quickly check what we still have left here, because there might be things that I don't want, like the daggers, for example. The Coot Iron Longbow, or the Coot Birch Longbow. I don't know why I said iron. I want to try out the longbow a bit more, but honestly not that one, because that one just sucks. The rusty longsword, beside being very much close to breaking, not that great, so we're going to get rid of it as well. I think everything else I want to keep for now. I might want to try and disassemble the longsword. That might be a good one to use as a basis for a better weapon. Secondary weapons should look just the same, apart from the one that I got equipped here. But yeah, they desperately need repairs. I don't need the tattered shirt, I don't need the torn ropes, I don't need torn gloves, torn hand wraps. Ragged stuff and worn leggings, that's all. These might be good for a while longer. Old boots can go bye-bye, and so can the old shield, so that's all good, and that gives us a few more things to sell that we don't want to carry around. It's more about the inventory space than the gold here.
Come see me again.
But I hope I can now go over here to the blacksmith and
Are
get
you
my...
here for a weapon? Going to earn a lord's favour in this ridiculous war, are you?
Hope I can get my repairs done. Repair all for 470, that sounds fair, and
So long.
that was about half my money. I can also get some stuff from here, as long as it's not marked red with a hand or something. I should be good to just take it.
Don't start any trouble.
You can also take a look at this. This is the crafting menu for new items. So we can salvage things that we are not using right now, and that aren't of special rarity or something. We can disassemble higher rarities later down the line if we level up our stuff. Do I want to try and disassemble this one? I might want to keep it for now, but this is something that I don't want to sell in the end. I want to disassemble it because I can hopefully make something real cool here. The Spectre, maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. But yeah, this one, for example, if I try to loot this wouldn't go well.
Damn Red Legion.
So let's leave and just go after the quest. And yeah, it's fully legal to draw your weapons and try to do stuff in here. As long as I don't activate the skull on the left, which would put me into deadly mode. And at that point I would be harming other people. As long as I don't do that, I'm usually fine. They likely appreciate me cleaning up for them. Also, I'm going to mark out the quest here. Into the Light is always the main one. Don't know if that's ever going to change the name. Legend of Dead Kerl and Thief of Narrows are DLC quests, and right now I'm trying to just use Building Bridges, which is the one with the injured fairy. Or injured fae, I mean. So let's try and do that one, and I'm going to put on another save because I'm very afraid, as I should be. Also, I'm going to try and harvest a few things here. I need to level up my alchemy in order to get a higher chance of getting these items, but I mean, doesn't hurt trying. Okay, we got a few boggarts over here. The green ones can give me a plague, so gotta be careful with them. Oh Jesus Christ, they can also combo me pretty hard. And that's half my health gone. So if I get a plague or illness or something like that, I need a healer in order to remove that. There's also curses that worked similarly, but usually with different effects. That was nothing. I can also try using my dagger move now, which works a lot better if you get more daggers into the people. It's basically a two-step attack. First up the little cloud there, and then the daggers, which are really going to hurt. Jeez, I'm really not doing a good job over here. Trying to stay alive. We should see the health going up at some point. Ah, there it is. So that's working, but it's also going to do a whole lot here, and if I wait for that, the episode might be over. I also should maybe go more directly into the area which I'm supposed to be at for the quest. Yeah, we are going to try and get some experience, see if I'm able to survive. Also, these daggers are supposed to do bleeding damage, so it's not really great against these magical constructs. I almost died there. But since they are made of wood, I should be able to set them on fire pretty well. I think I really need to do some leveling up for the special attacks here. But yeah, right now I only have the basic one, which doesn't really do much. But hey, if I make it to level 2, I can at least get back to the longsword. Okay, anything dropped over here? That's looking promising. At least a bit of gold. I mean, this is looking pretty good so far, apart from all the stuff that I needed to survive now. We can buy more healing potions, we can make our own, but honestly the rate at which I'm consuming them is not too promising. Oh, a chest. Hard lock picking. So the lock picking here is kind of interesting. The left stick moves the lock back and forth, and the lock pick is something I need to control with the right stick, but I can only set it and then move the thing across, and depending on how fast it's going, I know that it's maybe not entirely in the right position. Jotun War Beads, I mean, 5% damage, 5% damage resistance. I got nothing else there, so I'm going to equip it. And I think we should have also summoned a few wolves over here. There are some that are working this way.
What the Fae say about these stones is true, but if it is, well, This is just too good to not save forever. Lystrom was out of town when Artol was visiting. Now, Lystrom doesn't know Artol, and Artol is older and strange. She could be mistaken for a fate weaver. So, when Lystrom came back to town, here was Artol the Oracular. I said to Lystrom, I hear her readings are amazing. You should go. My, you should have seen it. A rooster, she said, will change into a man, and this man will become your lover. He will provide for you, and he will make you laugh, and he will make your life exciting and easier. But, and this is something you can never forget, he must never eat chicken. And once in a while, you will need to peck at things on the ground, and every morning at the break of dawn, you'll hear a loud cry from him.
Yeah, so I'm fighting wolves now. Oh shit, my fables are broken. Didn't I just repair them? God, they really don't last long. So wolves are basically a support class in this game. Oh, that one is too far away from its origin. That sucks. I don't know why they put that in. It's so annoying sometimes, especially on higher difficulties. You just need too long to kill them, and therefore you move them too far away. I should really use a repair kit to get my weapon back. Otherwise it's just gonna do 1 damage with each attack. So if I go into items, repair kit, that's not adding too much. So wolves basically only have this dashing attack at which they charge towards you and then jump at you. But they can chain that like it just happened, and when you get stuff like that happening, yeah. And this is why I put down a save. But that also means that we are now back here. I mean, those weapons are looking pretty good, but they're not going to last too long. So maybe I'll try and get right to the wolves as soon as I can. Don't need to concern myself with anything else here. But yeah, these guys are annoying, and they are quite often the secondary enemy with something much larger and more dangerous on its own. And when you try to just go for one of them and everything else just comes at you, it's really tough. And yeah, if you try to pin down the large enemy with a constant barrage of attacks, and when these guys interrupt you, then usually the big one is going to just cave your head in. I gotta be careful. They don't do too much damage on their own, but especially if you got multiple ones charging at you and one making a successful attack, the other ones are going to get you as well. Ah! And that's how you parry. I don't do that often, so I'm pretty happy about that one. Ah. And that's what happens if you don't dodge out of the way fast or far enough. The wolf is just going to change direction and still get you. That's that. But yeah, enemies like this, they have their own pace to the battle. And mixing that with other ones, it's just really gonna result in a different kind of pace, different rhythm. So you're always gonna be on the lookout for everything around you. Can't just focus in on one single enemy. Also, one thing I'd like to point out at this point. If I were to put down a save in one of the houses or a different area and then come back here, open up a chest and then die, come back to the same chest, then it would have different loot tables. But as long as I have a save in the same area, that means that the loot table is already determined.
I don't know if what the Fae say about these stones is true, but if it is, well, this is just too good to not save forever. Lystrom was out of town when
I mean,
Artol
we know
was
that one
visiting.
already,
Now,
but
Lystrom doesn't know Artol, and Artol
I'm just gonna go fight these guys. I should maybe save again.
So when Lystrom came back to town, here was Artol the Oracular. I said to Lystrom, I hear her readings are amazing. You should go. My, you should have seen it. A rooster, she said, will
I mean, we're almost level 2, that's
and
pretty
this man
good.
will become your lover. He will provide for you, and he will make you laugh, and he will make your life exciting and easier. But, and this is something you can never forget, he must never eat chicken. And once in a while, you will need to peck at things on the ground, and every morning at the break of dawn, you'll hear a loud cry from him.
Okay, another chest over here. Red rocked out. Birch staff. I don't care too much about that one. Boiled leather boots. That's actually pretty good, but it needs quite a bit of finesse to put them on and walk in them. It might have high heels after all, who knows. But hey, we found our fairy. Or fae, I mean, Jesus Christ. Not the first time I made this mistake today. I'm just all over the place sometimes.
May your hollow gods keep you mortal. I am called Aerie.
The fairy.
Your face is new to me. You're different from those in Gorhart. They amuse me, and I strive to learn all I can from them. Have you come to ask about the Tuatha? I can offer only what I know, and hope it will suffice.
I mean, if you're offering that, I'm gonna ask you.
I feel them near, flitting through the western woods like shafts of shadow in the sunlight. What could have brought them here, I wonder? The
Yeah, no
Tuatha
idea.
do not trouble themselves with easy prey. If they prowl these woods, it is for worthy quarry.
Thanks. I mean, what could the quarry possibly be? I mean... But yeah, a fae has been injured.
Yes, I witnessed this crime, although I did not recognize the one who perpetrated it. It is often difficult to distinguish one mortal from another. The victim was Illuvia, but I knew her only by name. You must be hoping that I can offer advice, but I cannot. If she is meant for the Great Cycle, then so be it. However, I would be quite interested to find out whether one of my kind would benefit from one of your mortal remedies. I've always wondered. It will need to be powerful. Your delicate forms are far more sensitive than ours. In fact, it's astounding that you survive as long as you do.
I'm gonna ignore all of that for the sake of conversation. But where can I find a potion?
Perhaps your mortal apothecary can provide one. You can always create the potion yourself if you possess the skill.
Yeah, let's try that.
Farewell.
Let's turn her into a guinea pig. We have injured fae. Why not try something with her? I mean, you heard it here. If she's meant for the Great Circle, so be it. Or for the Great Cycle. The Circle Cycle. And I'm going to save again now. I don't want to do this again. And I also tend to have like 2 save files active. Just to be safe. Oh, small ambush. Head Legion Bandit, you're gonna just get wrecked over here. The stupid Boggart is coming in as well. Combo breaker. I'd really like a longsword again. I love these weapons, but without something really powerful, this is just... Oh god, I pulled another set of enemies. And like the honorary bandit Borgard over there. Just stay down. I should really go for the archer because that guy is becoming very annoying. Okay, that dude is out of area, so he's running away. Okay, I don't have enough mana for that. Dodging a few arrows here, and the fine iron Fey blades are broken again. That's not great. Ah, Jesus, that was close. The thing is, the game doesn't really have any aim, it's just all auto aim, so seeing those bolts miss an opponent, that's just painful. At least this thing is still doing something. Come on. Finish off. I was hoping to maybe avoid an arrow. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a triple. You die now, please. Okay. Man, my weapons are garbage. Leather gloves, I can get rid of those. Okay, so first up we level up again. And I want detect hidden 1 point higher, so I can actually detect the treasures and all of that. Which we walked past a few already. So what should it be? Might or finesse or both of it? Or both of them? I mean, I want this one to be stronger. I can increase my dagger damage. I'm not really too keen on daggers, so I don't care. But charge special attacks for daggers and Fey blades, yes please. And maybe we'll put the last one into an ability over here. I mean, yeah. Sometimes you're also just gonna waste a few points to get to the higher tier. The stuff further up needs a certain amount of points to be allocated below that, and then it's going to unlock. But yeah, I think we should have some good stuff here now. Also, once again, repair kit. You could also quickly go and eliminate the last guy there. Yeah. Didn't do much either, but hey, this is a very light weapon and it's also, I think, the lowest tier of that. And we ran into another set of Borgards. You know what? It's better to use these than just keep that active. So you can see now that the middle bar, which is my fate thingy, that's just depleting now, and I gotta be careful and quick about this. Severely damaged again, bloody hell, these need to go. Oh, barely got that in. Otherwise they will get back a bit of their health and the battle will continue as usual. And I would rather not do that. But yeah, you can also see that there are now a few things marked on the map and all of that, so that's pretty neat. And this is what it looks like when we get them. Steel bloody shackworms, that's amazing. Level 3, so we are going to wait for that. This is the secondary weapon that I use on my endgame build. I wasn't really planning on getting there so soon, but I mean, I'm taking that. I'd be stupid not to. But yeah, we can now make our way down to the apothecary and then just go from there. I would like to finish the quest here. Might be a bit longer, but should be okay. We might have to go through another area though, so that's a bit risky. Also, there's another treasure here, including a regular chest. Nice. Crude linen ropes. I mean, that's a good amount of armor. And just looking at how much armor that is for mage ropes, we really have shit armor here. We need to work on that. Shadow Prism is basically fireworks, doesn't do anything. Anonymous Journal, I mean, have fun reading it. I won't. Ring of Conservation, I mean, taking that. Boiled leather armor, 8 finesse, yeah. But it also has an armor socket, which is really nice. Repair kit, I mean, why not? But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I'm keeping. Maybe for this, disassembling it later down the line. But yeah, we might be able to do something with it sooner than later. Yeah, I should also now be able to get my steel longsword and maybe even VM's factor right here. 17 compared to 20. I might not keep this one, but I want to show you guys what it does, because basically it consumes mana, but it gives you a pretty good attack for that. So I think I don't have enough mana regen in order to make that work for me, but it's nice that we can use it. Also, I can now search wells for some items. But let's continue the quest.
Need supplies? Try the corner shop.
And that's by talking to her.
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms everywhere. No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done?
This is part of another quest, and that might be for the next episode, but first up we need a healing potion.
I'm sure I have a vial somewhere in this cottage, but I do not have the time to search for it. I'm sorry.
So that's basically self-service here. Okay, I can deal with that. I've done that kind of thing before. Don't expect me to visit the checkout though. Okay, selling some items, and I mean that's a decent amount for the time being. So let's check through here. This is the alchemy table. Allows me to make my own potions. I mean, I could maybe check this out. It even gives you a hint. Like this one is, this one has the essence of health. Maybe we can find another one. Restoration, mana, damage. I don't really have anything else here. Maybe health restoration might be a healing potion. Minor healing potion. We are in the business here. So let's make a few. Let's also check what we can do here. Maybe crouching down might be a good idea. Okay, that was the wrong direction. Oh, birch buckler. Not all that great. The thing is... Oh, I'm going to put that on. Oh, I don't have enough sauce, so we're not going to put that on. The problem is these are stolen items, meaning that I cannot just sell them anywhere. I can disassemble them potentially. But yeah, putting them into the junk doesn't really do anything because I cannot sell them here. I could destroy them. But I'm going to remove it from junk and likely just disassemble it for items and components, I mean. What do we have here? Oh, the Great Healing Potion, that's nice, that's what I need, so we are going to take that one.
Faye, in Gorhard. It isn't right.
And then let's go and check out the tavern to heal the Fae. Hopefully. At least I didn't need to put any money into this quest. Having to buy the potion would be a vulnerable thing, which I can also do, but I don't really want to.
You made it. Just in time, too. Give me the potion. It will help, but it's not enough. Someone must go to the Fae and explain what happened here. One small misunderstanding and we'll no longer just be strangers to the Fae. We'll be enemies.
Considering what the other Fae just told me, I think he might be blowing things out of proportion. Why is the girl important?
She is a member of the House of Ballads, the legendary court of Fae heroes. They are warriors without equal, with centuries of glory to their names. If one of their own was killed by a mortal, the House of Ballads and its king would bring a fierce vengeance upon us. Gorhard would be a ruin by day's end.
Yeah, so a big thing about this game, which is a point of critique, the facial animations. I mean, you see it. Don't need to say much about it. But yeah, what can we do? I mean, I'll just go to the House of Ballads. I'm gonna make this quick.
You're turning out to be very helpful, my friend. You have my gratitude. I'll see to it that you're honored. Rumor says that the House of Ballads has its headquarters not far from here, in Glendara to the northeast. Try to gain entrance if you can. Farewell.
Okay, so last but not least for this quest, I'll try to get into Glendara. Finish off the quest by reporting it to... reporting the incident to the House of Ballads, and I'm going to just dash through there without regard for anything that I come across. Try not to fight or anything, just running through and finishing off, because this video is already plenty long. And there's some level gating between the different areas. It's maybe not the wisest idea to go into the next one right away. I would like to at least have a better set of armor. I mean, I can try and... Nope, cannot activate it while in combat. But I will just going to sprint fast everything. Even... Did you see how he put himself right in front of me again? And yeah, even if one of the other people is there and fighting the others, I don't care. Even if there is a quest giver in a way, I don't care. We are just here to run past everything. Oh god, Barges. I'm going to run past them as well because these are very dangerous. Come on, give me some stuff. I mean, I'm never going to run past loot. I mean, what do you think I am? Not greedy? How dare you? Oh, another crude steel longsword. That's pretty good. That's another chance to get a good component. Iron hammer would be a bit stronger, but it's also very slower, so I don't care. And everything else I'm just going to collect and put away for now. But yeah, we are now at the House of Ballads. And we are just going to report it over here, and that should be good.
No farther, mortal. You are not one of our kind, and the seat of Sir Sagrel will never be occupied by one so mundane. Hallam the White prepares the contest, and he must not be interrupted at this our time of greatest need.
Yeah, a Fae has been injured. Everything else that's going on is part of its own quest line, and this is actually an entire faction in this game. So that's a long quest line. This is a really nice exploration in what's going on with the immortal beings and their life cycle. I hope that I can come back to this at some point and maybe show you guys the entire thing, but for that I need to be way higher levels so that we can do this on maybe in multiple videos, because that's going to be very long. That's a long chain of things that need to happen. But I would like to at least be able to do that without major interruptions and just having to go to a completely different place in the meantime to level up again. But yeah, right now I'm way under level. I don't have any good items for that in order to even survive. So we are going to ignore all of that and just report what we have found for the other quest. A Fae has been injured.
No doubt you speak of Illuvia, impetuous fool. I told her to avoid your settlement, to avoid Odaroth altogether. She never listened to my warnings. I will chastise her appropriately upon her return. It is a loss, yes, but not the first unexpected event in this telling. What happened?
I mean, this would be the clever thing to say, but let's be honest, it was likely a villager.
Attacked, you say? Your kind is too timid to even speak to us, and now you're trying to kill us. I do not understand it. However, your honesty is appreciated. Tell the people of Gorhart that they have nothing to fear from us. We mean them no ill will, as long as they leave the forest undisturbed as they found it.
I think by the fact that they built a town there, that's already kinda not possible anymore, but sure. I mean, the Fae don't really care too much about us, so yeah, we should be good here. And you know what, that's gonna be the potential end of this. I mean, I'm just going to teleport back to Goa because fast travel is thankfully a thing in this game. And after reporting back, we should be good to go. I thought this might be the end, but no, we have to speak to the Herald, or to the Herald, whatever, one last time here.
You made it. You're back. I was so worried that the Fae had taken out the revenge on you. As usual, I was wrong. The Fae has recovered, thanks to your potion. In fact, she wishes to stay in the village for the next several weeks as she recovers. Gorhart will be a new community, a place of compassion, and it's thanks to you. Please, take my sword and buckler. They will serve you well, as they have served me.
Oh, steel longsword. The thing is, it's not a cool steel longsword, so it might actually be better. And we just got a huge amount of XP. So let's quickly check. Oh. We shall look into this further the next episode. There's something really cool about this, but yeah, it's already a better weapon and we cannot even equip it. God dang it. But yeah, that's the quest, building bridges from start to end. And this is also the way I want to handle future quests. Just trying to do one step after the other. Still going for a bit of a detour here and there. I mean, we didn't even start with this right away and had to go through the rest of the tutorial. But here we are. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and see you guys next time for the next quest. Likely... can I do the one from the apothecary already? We'll have to find out. Until then, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed. As always, have a good one and bye bye.